We are going. We are going. I think you're live.
Live.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
It's another Monday. How's yours?
Last week was a week. Let me tell you. Unfortunately, I had a funeral I had to go to. I fell and cracked my phone.
Oh my
I
God.
then dropped said phone in a toilet.
Oh my God.
It's
Angela.
fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh.
Luckily, I have coverage on my phone. The screen will be fixed,
Yeah.
It was just a lot of things. A lot of things were piling up.
Was it at least your toilet that it fell in?
No.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's the public toilet.
Oh, no. Oh.
Which
no one wants to dive into a public bowl.
I will explain later on in the show where it happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi,
Susan
Joy.
made it, and Joyce and Marcy.
Susan. Hello.
So my gratitude practice was sorely tested last week, but it did work because when things were feeling real bad, I was just like, okay, I'm grateful for, and I would just pick two things to bring myself out of the funk. And I survived. I'll tell the story in detail later, Mary. Because it plays into one of my slides. So there you go.
Oh, okay. I see. I'm making the connections. Yes. Hi,
Sheila. Yeah. Oh. So, how was your Monday? Are you in any way jet lagged?
I am tired, but I don't think I can blame it on the plane. I mean, it's only a 2-hour flight.
Yeah, and it's only an hour difference, right?
Yeah.
My parents are flying home from San Diego as we speak.
Oh wow.
They're gonna have hard jet lag.
Yeah, it was so nice though. I mean, just the weather's great. I love how lush and green it is there compared to the dry brown vegetation that is in Colorado.
The brown.
But it was, very nice to be able to stay with friends. And when I was Instagramming you, did I tell you that I cried like a baby
at the during the speech? Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I don't know if many people have been to a bar mitzvah, but when you go to a bar mitzvah, you're celebrating, the child is turning 13, but it's not a bar mitzvah, they are becoming bar mitzvah. And so you're celebrating the next chapter of their life. And anyway, the parents will give like a tribute and a speech to the child. And so this was my third one, and I am telling you, every single time when you hear these beautiful tributes to their children,
she says they're becoming a man.
I was a mess.
I haven't had the opportunity to go to one either. But I am, planned, like I said this in my live the other night, I'm planted close to the water is what we say, because if I see people crying, or like I can identify with someone else's strong emotion, it's tears. If I'm angry, it's tears. It just happens.
Angela, that is exactly what happened to me, but I can't even.
Happy tears?
The tears of how, when you hear like a parent talk about their child, and having been like, a single mom, and Wendy has raised her son, and it's like they have but then after her glorious glorious speech. Then she proceeds to say, because her father died 5 years ago, and so she proceeds to say, you know, the one thing that your grandfather wanted was to be here for this day. And she said, but just in case, he wrote a letter to be read.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh no.
At this moment, and
I'm going to start crying now.
Holding on to it all this time. And I have to just tell you.
Well,
everything was just gone by then. I mean, blubbering like
a similar thing, like my grandma had a battle with dementia, and the last Christmas that we all were together, one of my aunts had her write a little note to all the grandkids, and then they put it on, like, I have it on a little makeup pouch. Oh. And it's like, love, Grandma Betty, and like, oh my God, like every time I see it,
that's so
I
sweet.
Start to cry. Like,
yes.
It's like, well, and it's like my grandma also, she made quilts for all the grandkids. She was a quilter, and all the grandkids, like, well, the new grandbabies got a baby quilt, obviously, but the older grandkids, she made us all a quilt that we would get when we would get married. Mm-hmm. That was her, wedding present. Beautiful. But obviously, I am not affianced or wed, and but she had one made for me, and it was in a bin. It had my name on it, mm-hmm. and she's been gone, I don't know, 3-4 years now, well, 4 or 5 years now. And shortly after I moved in, my mom gave me my quilt. My mom and dad did. It's my dad's mom. And it took me over a month to be able to open that. Like, and I know she would have been perfectly happy giving me the quilt, mm-hmm. having bought my own house. So yeah. Oh, I still like I put it back in the bin, and I guarantee the next time I take it out, I'm gonna cry. It's just gonna
happen. How beautiful to like have that connection, and even though it makes you so sad because mm-hmm. of their absence, there's still
the connection.
The comfort of that connection. It's just I love that idea. It's a beautiful idea. Yeah. My goodness. Well, we're starting this Monday off with just enthusiastic and cheery.
Well, it's funny. I actually did a quote for today, and I think you will. It ties it all together. So we'll.
Okay. Well, so then it just was meant to be. It all fits in.
It all fits. We're all fits. Sorry, Mary. I made anybody cry. Oh, my eyes are gonna be red and blotchy. Oh man, if I cry, it's not pretty. It's not pretty at all.
I don't know. I've never seen anybody cry pretty. I mean, don't we all get extremely blotchy and swollen?
Why can't I just like look glowing with a single tear running down my face?
And you wouldn't be feeling it.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But so far this week is better than last week.
Well, that's good. That's good. I for some reason I was just piddling around trying to run errands, and it took all day. I don't know.
I got a lot done. I've been slowly decorating the house for the holidays. Mm-hmm. Like I started with clear lights, and then today I put up some colored lights. Not done yet. I still have a couple strands, but I'm only doing like 20 minutes because it's really cold here.
Yeah.
Like it's like in the 30s, 20s. Mm-hmm. That's all I can stand to be outside.
Yeah, I don't blame you. We don't put any lights on outside. We don't really have.
I didn't last year because I was still unpacking all my boxes. Hello, Twist of Fate.
I'm still. Oh, Twist of Fate! What's up, Twist? Thanks for coming and joining us today. We've been all sentimental starting the show today. I
Yes.
I finally finished putting the ornaments on the tree, but I still
Mm.
have all the decorations right next to me because
Inside hasn't happened at all.
I wanted one of those swags like to put over the fireplace, but
Mm.
everything is sold out. I think if I'm gonna want to do it, I'm gonna have to cut branches from outside and put one together myself. But I'm
Are
considering it.
there tree farms near you?
I don't know, but I have so many pine trees. I feel
Mm.
like I might as well.
Because around here, like we have Christmas tree farms where you can go and cut and or have your tree dug for you, and
Mhm.
they always have extra branches, and so for a small cost, you can, you know, get the cuttings to make your own wreaths or swags
Yeah,
or what have you.
yeah. It's just the
But
time. I really didn't want to have to take the time to try to tie it all and do all of it, but I might have to because there's nothing.
it's a sticky
There's,
business.
there's
All that
nothing at the
sap.
craft stores. There's just nothing. I checked Home Goods. Everything is all glittered, and I just didn't want that. I mean, I have glitter. I have like glittery ornaments, which is fine. But I just didn't want it on the anywho's. Still got a big pile of ornaments next to me. Anyway,
It's just a process. You have 20 more days. Last year, I didn't
thanks,
get my
Lynn.
tree up until the solstice. And so I was like, you know what? Maybe my tradition will be putting my tree up on the solstice.
Maybe.
Adding a little light on the shortest day.
There you go.
And I will be okay with that because it gives my cats less time to discover it and tear it to pieces.
Yeah. Oh man. Cats and
And then I can
trees in
leave it
the
up.
house. You're
I
literally,
can
it's
leave,
like a gift for them, is what it is.
and I have to figure out where I'm going to put it this year because I don't want to put it where I had it last year. I don't know. It's too much thinking. But I am slowly building up the items I want to put on my mantle. So Dark Academia is going to be going very soon, and then Baroque Glitz
Mhm.
will be coming.
Woohoo.
But actually, all of my Christmas lights I got in a random bin from an auction that I wasn't expecting. So it was like free Christmas decorations.
That's great.
And some of them like didn't want to work, but then I shook them and they worked. So I was like, okay, just don't move. Like
Come on.
I
Come
put
on.
it on. I was like, okay, nobody touch them. They're working. We're fine. And then the little penguin, I found this little like 30-inch penguin at Goodwill.
Like a blow mold?
No, it's a collapsible, like
Oh.
it's soft and shiny.
Uh-huh.
Um, I don't know how
Inflatable?
to explain it. It's not inflatable. It's like it collapses,
Oh.
but
Okay.
then you like force it up and has a bungee situation and there's lights inside of it. I was like,
Wow.
so
Kind of
$8. I have a
kind of
cute little penguin on my porch.
like an umbrella?
It's on my Instagram. I'll show you.
Okay. I'll look.
I'll show you the picture. He's really cute. I was like, give it to me. They also had like I think they had a deer, or no, it was a bear. But I saw the penguin. I love penguins, so I was like, let's get it.
Get it.
All right, shall we begin?
I'm thinking
My
so.
juice
So
is almost gone.
there we go.
So I was finding a lot of things that looked the same. So I was like, you know what? There are other holidays in December. So I looked up Hanukkah tablescapes and I found some things that I absolutely adored. And like, why not use books as a riser in the middle of your table?
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
Just find ones in the color to match your scheme. An instant lift for your floral centerpiece. I love those super like skinny candlesticks, the brass. I assume they're brass. They look
They
brass.
look like they're brass.
Because like you could like fill your table with those, but you can still talk to the people across the way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a very traditional table, but then the tablecloths and the runner, they look like they're tie-dyed.
Oh, I wonder if they are.
I'm pretty sure they
Yes,
are.
yes, very like simplicity in elegance at the
Yeah,
same time.
I absolutely adored it. And well, then I was like, you know what? There are so many just white or white with tiny stains. Just tie
Mhm.
dye it in your colors
Oh yes,
at Goodwill,
yes,
etc. I mean,
yes.
you would only need one color. Say you had white and you wanted white and red. Just add some red, tie it up red, get some white napkins to match, and there you go.
That's true. Dyeing,
Yeah,
whether you're tie dyeing or just dyeing it straight, is like such a
right.
great way to refresh vintage linens because
Absolutely.
there's so I just love embroidery on linens. So still save it if there's a stain and then dye
Hmm.
it.
Well, even if like it's like a brown stain, you can do coffee dye or tea dye,
Yes. Love that.
and it gives it a great like aged look, and you're saving it for another 10, 20 years.
Yes, yes, yes.
So that's my first table.
Yes, yes, yes. I
Oh,
love
this
that.
is yours. Oh my god, those napkins.
That's that is why the main thing was the napkins. But
Oh, and speaking of embroidery, right?
yes, exactly. Just the amount that these napkins are probably buku bucks, but still so pretty.
But you can find napkins that pretty, in the thrift store and in the
That
antique
you
store
could.
for
If you can find them vintage, absolutely.
yeah,
But if you buy them like new,
new. Yeah.
I mean, it's so amazing how much like embroidered actual linens are if you're buying from a new company.
Mhm.
But
I
if you
do
can,
too. I love like that there's blue and green plates and that
yeah,
they toss that blue in there.
yes, I thought it's very dramatic. So very
Very.
much more leaning to the drama, to the really dark jewel tones.
And
Um,
in the mix of the goblets, there's a green goblet and then that like cut crystal red goblet, cut to
mhm,
clear. I
mhm.
love cut to
Cut to clear. Cheers
clear.
to cut to clear.
Cheers. My grapefruit juice. Cheers.
Cheers. And the
They are
plates are
reversed. So like
diverse.
the one has green on top and the other has blue on
Yes.
top.
Right. They are mixed a little. And
And
are
that's
those
a way to make different like if you only have like 4 of
mhm,
one and 4 of the other,
yes.
you can do a mix and match 8. Yeah.
I love that. I love that switcheroo so that you can make like two different place settings work together.
Mhm.
Love,
Oh,
love, love,
oh,
love, love.
that's so pretty. Also, here's another one. But it's relatively simple, There's a plain table, but there's a runner, greenery. But what I loved was the details that you could take, for any holiday you have coming up, and make your own. So they called it their DIY snow globe. So it's a cake
Oh,
plate
cute.
with a cloche and, the fake snow with
Uh-huh.
just little party favors buried in it. I mean, you can do that with little ornaments. You could do that with
Mm-hmm.
candies. And then, at the end of the night, you pull it off and people could take them and pick them.
Very cute.
And then on the right was, so, they had the hot beverage and they wanted to have the cookie, but they didn't want the cookie just laying on the table. So that cookie, they took a candy cane and put it on the back of the cookie and then just, used icing as glue
Mm-hmm.
and, put it in the fridge to harden. You could use like candy melts too if you had that available, but I mean,
Okay.
wouldn't that be so cute?
Yeah.
And if you wanted to go an extra step, put the person's name on it. That's also their name plate that they can eat.
Yes.
No
Oh,
waste.
yes, 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 yes.
Isn't that great?
Name on the cookie. I love it.
Name on the cookie. I love that.
There's
Christmas
the put it in
cracker.
your Christmas
My
cracker.
yeah, my parents have just discovered crackers because of Chateau Diaries. So my
Oh.
mom did get crackers last year, but I'm hoping we're gonna have them again this year.
Mhm. Yes, we would have
So
crackers at my aunt. My aunt was born and raised in Ireland, and
oh,
she grew up with crackers, so on Christmas
I
Day,
didn't
when
know
we would
what
go to
crackers were until
France,
I read Harry Potter.
then we'd have crackers.
I was like, what are they talking about? You can't pull on stuff comes out of crackers? What? Yeah.
Yeah,
Because crackers to me are things I eat with cheese on it. So
yes.
but then I learned. So I love those ideas. If you guys use these, I want pictures because, you know,
It's
I think it's fun.
it's an adorable idea just to have, like,
I might
little
do the snow globe thing on my
snow globe
mantle
thing. Mhm. Very cute.
with just like a little figurine or something, maybe a bottle brush tree. Well, you can make it. You can make your own, Joyce. Joyce, I need a video.
I bet there are.
I'm gonna need help.
Yeah, I don't know how they get the snap part.
Mm,
I wonder if it's like one of those little fireworks snaps. I bet it
one of
is.
those little TNT
Yeah.
poppet things.
Yes.
Oh,
I know.
the lanterns. The lanterns are red.
Yes.
Oh, and the
Yes.
red fabric on the chair.
Yes. This is one of those where I just looked at it and went, "Yeah." So,
Gimme.
I'm considering this titillating tablescape and inspiring interiors combined, because it's a beautiful table, and just the environment of the room is so
Well, and
great.
it's funny, like hanging on that. It looks like an old door they just have leaning against the wall.
Yes.
Those big like brass plates, like
Like,
I come across those all the time and they look cheesy. I mean, let's be
they
honest, they
do,
look
they
cheap.
do. They
But however, on the old door it looks nice.
Yeah. I think you
And I
just
see
have
red
to
transferware on the table.
Yeah, you can see it, and the oranges, just wow, it's
The
just
fruit.
so
I
it's
love
so
fruit in the
pretty.
centerpiece.
I love it. I love the barley twist on the chairs, the armchairs.
I need a
The
lantern like that for my lantern corner.
Yes, yes, and the bench with the, fur, just very English yet winterized in just a really nice
But it
holiday
also has like Eastern influences too.
with the
Like
lamps.
with the lamps and the fabric of the curtain. It looks like a country gentleman who likes to take trips.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. Ah, I
I love
love
those
these.
chairs. Oh, I would. Oh,
Don't you? I do too.
yes. No
No
fur.
fur?
It could be fake. It's fake.
Or it can be vintage. I am very
I'm okay with vintage fur.
I'm
Yeah.
fine with vintage fur. There's nothing.
Modern fur, not so much.
Yeah, any fur from the 50s or earlier, which is when
And
they
earlier.
fur, is, there's nothing that having that
My
would.
my winter coat, what that I can only wear if it's below freezing, is a cashmere coat with fur cuff and collars that was made by
Mhm,
my friend's great aunt
mhm,
somewhere around 1900.
mhm.
And I'm okay with wearing it because that animal has been
Yes.
immortalized. So
Right. There's nothing about a vintage fur that is
oh,
promoting
Joyce
putting
just doesn't want to
money.
sit on it. I would not want to get food on
Oh.
it. That would be my thing. I
Oh,
would
I
be like,
see.
uh.
Right.
Yeah.
I see the
Okay.
point. I see the point.
But this, yeah, I love this so much.
Mhm.
I might need to paint a wall of my house a dark color. Because
I
all
think
my colors, all my walls are the same color except for my
yeah,
paneling.
I think you
Oh, this
should.
is you. Oh,
This was a
speaking of your swag,
yes. This is what I want.
and then a pretty demijohn off in the corner there.
Yeah. Yes. So this I really liked it specifically because of the swag. I thought it was beautiful.
There's
I don't know what
daffodils.
kind of evergreen, if that is a juniper or if that is like a pine of some kind. I'm
Some
not sure
kind of
what
fur, maybe.
for yeah. I don't
Mm,
think I have a tree with that, even though that's
I'm
what
not.
I wanted. I
I'm not
wanted
good
to
with
find
plants.
something like that, but I couldn't. So I'll just have to
Mm.
stick with my pine trees, I guess. I know, Joyce, isn't it beautiful?
And those are some
And
massive pine cones.
the
Those
amaryllis,
are
just
like
everything.
redwood pine cones.
I know they're huge. But I loved it's just done really, really well. Really nice.
Okay.
Yes, Susan, I love it too.
Are y'all ready
Are we ready?
for my
Is your
inspiring
yes. Oh
interior?
yes.
If you
Take us.
follow me on Instagram, you've seen it because I was surprised. A friend told me like a month and a half ago, they were like, we're doing something on the 3rd of December. I'm not telling you what. Just dress warm and wear comfortable shoes. I was like, okay. Just so you know, I'm wearing a annoying holiday sweater. And I did. I wore my holiday llama sweater. But um they took me to a falling water, which is not terribly far from where I live, but I had never been because we just hadn't been. So, as you know, this is designed by Frank Lloyd Wright in 1935, but was built between 1936 and 1938. And I was kind of surprised by that because I just thought, looking at pictures of it, that it was from the 70s. I mean, it's very like, or 50s. It's very, you will see. But here is the bridge coming across. This is like the front. And you see that little statue lady
I
down on
don't.
the
Let me
water?
see. Oh wait, I think I do. Yes, I do.
Behind her is a swimming pool, a little plunge
That's
pool
awesome.
that
That's
they would.
great.
So this was built by the Kaufman family, which was from Pittsburgh. They owned Kaufman's department stores, which is where I got my prom dress in high school. Except there
Wow.
was still a Kaufman's in Wheeling. I had to go to Wheeling, West Virginia, to go to Kaufman's to get my prom dress because we didn't have any department stores like that at that point in time. But you come across the bridge, you come around the back, and this is the driveway. But then off to the left, I mean, going into the door, it's this tiny little space, and you go in because Frank Lloyd Wright was all about compression and then expansion. Because
Mm.
you come in, I just had to take a picture of this
Oh
lovely
yes.
raven. And then you come into all the light, all the glass. And this is right off the entryway, this little banquet divan situation, which looks straight out of the 70s, you know? Don't you think?
It really does. Probably the home was
No, Frank Lloyd Wright designed this furniture,
then maybe
but like the soft furnishings
yes,
were probably
maybe what it was that the modern vision started in the 30s and it wasn't until the 50s 60s that it actually started to become popular, maybe with more of like a mainstream where they were building it for
too true.
neighborhoods.
Right. So,
I'm guessing that crow is an Audubon original.
it
I
probably is
I bet it
because
is.
there's lots of expensive
Yeah.
artwork in this house. And then you come in, and then there's this little desk book area, and I love this brass like planet thing. Oh, Twist of Fate! I'll have to watch it. John Lautner. Okay. And then on the other side of that is the steps you saw from the outside, because you could just go down the steps and dip your feet
To the water. Wow.
into the water.
That's amazing.
Right now it's very chilly water, just so you know. But all of the light, but what I wanted to focus on. So, well, okay, this is on the other side. So I took a lot of pictures. You see that orange ball next to the fire?
I do.
And they only have the fire lit in the winter months. So if you go in any other season, there won't be a fire.
Mm.
So, but that orange ball is a cauldron that they would make beverages in for parties. It would hold like 8 gallons of mulled wine, spice cider.
Wow.
Apparently, Mrs. Kaufman had a thing called grog that she made. It was like, I need the recipe for grog. Okay,
Wow.
I need Kaufman's recipe. But I need a fire so I can make y'all endless warm beverages.
Oh my
It's got a little
goodness.
spell on it. They would just swing it into the fire, keep it warm, swing
awesome.
it out,
Wow.
serve it. And then of course the little bar table. I was like, I think I could have hung out with the Kaufmans. We would have had a good time.
Yeah, it's.
But so I didn't include a ton of pictures. I could have included more, but the one thing I did want to focus on was you could tell that they either traveled or enjoyed collecting, as we do. Sheila, I will go with you. We will go. But these on the back wall is a banquette, and on either side are these little ceramic guys sitting on barrels of some kind of beverage. And I just love the look of them. I was like,
the one on the left. Oh my gosh.
The one on the left, the one on the right. I didn't have a good angle of his face, but he's like holding the cup, going.
Oh my gosh.
The waterfall is spectacular. Mercy, the waterfall is spectacular. And then on either side of the fireplace are these. I'm pretty sure these are ancient carvings that they incorporated. There's also like a bit of statue that's over 800 years old, and the back entrance. It's stunning. And the sound, like there's nowhere you can go in this house and not hear the water.
Oh, really?
Right. Because apparently when they approached him, their son was an architect as well, and that's how they met Frank Lloyd Wright. And they said, we want a home that allows us to appreciate the waterfall. So they were thinking like, opposite bank. He's like, no, your house will be on the waterfall. Hence, they weren't too gung-ho about it to begin with. But
wow.
Here we have falling water.
And what a testament to his abilities, because it looks like it's just solid as a rock.
It has some dampness issues.
Oh, does it?
It does have some dampness issues. So, I mean, that's one of the things they talk about there. And so he's like, well, what are we going to do, with, a lot of this is natural stone. If you go back here, look in front of the fireplace. That is the rock that the waterfall flows through, in the floor.
Oh.
So, and he's like, well, if you have a leak, just get a bucket.
That approach
wasn't known to be the most tolerant of people. But this is the only place I could take pictures. Otherwise, I would have had pictures of Tiffany lamps because Mrs. Kaufman collected Tiffany. There are 26 Tiffany pieces in this house. The rest
Oh
of
my
her
God.
pieces are on loan to the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York. There
Wow.
are original Japanese wood blocks hanging on the wall. There are, I mean, there's beautiful, beautiful things to see in this house. And it all just works really well together. Like it's a testament to like, saying yes to an architectural style, but still letting your collections come in and live and work in
Right.
harmony with it.
Right.
Yeah. Merge it together.
Yes.
But above, so there's a guest house that was built in 1939. Further up the hill. Two notable guests in whose footsteps I got to walk on Saturday. Two very different people. Can anybody guess who were guests of the Kaufmans?
Is it someone like a movie star?
No.
No. So more like presidents? Presidents?
One was an intellectual
Einstein.
Einstein.
Oh,
The other was an artist.
Dolly.
A female artist.
A female artist.
She and her husband had an interesting relationship.
Oh, eyebrows.
Frida Kahlo.
Frida Kahlo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love the guest house. It also has its own pool. So if you go to Falling Water, you can walk in the footsteps of Albert Einstein and Frida Kahlo.
Very cool.
Right? Yeah. And it's funny because we had to kill time before it was time for our tour, and we went in the gift shop. And they had little, there was a bunch of Frida things, and then there were some Albert Einstein things. I was like, this seems weird.
Weird? How do these fit?
But then we went on tour. Now it makes sense. So yeah. That's my inspiring interior. So you can look at this architecture that's maybe not your style, but you can find things, how to make your styles merge and mesh and stuff like that. So
Collections. Okay. Well,
oh man, these corsages.
Vintage retro corsages, which I never thought of ever until I saw the picture of the wreath on the left happens to be one of the creations of none other than Magpie Ethel. So when I saw that and I saw, wow, she put her corsage collection and decided to put them all in a wreath to display this year. And I thought, wow, I thought the wreath was stunning. I mean, just what a wonderful way to display a collection. So now I know I'm not retro, but I'm like, now I'm going to be picking up retro corsages because they just look so cool. I think they're great. So very, very inspiring. And I might have added, I can't remember if this was a 2-pager or not.
I do believe it is a 2-pager.
Okay. These I thought were cute because these were creations. I don't know if people added or these are original ones, but
they look like corsages that people
added
assemblagified.
Added to maybe. Yeah. So, but I thought
because I don't think you'd have mercury balls on your corsage because that's just asking for bloodshed.
But it's another fun way of looking at it if you were to start a collection or just to pick some up and do something fun with them. Definitely. They definitely weren't necessarily on my radar. And now after seeing this, they're a little more on my radar.
Well, last week you asked for it, so I provided. This is part of my mother's Mickey Mouse collection, including her Mickey Mouse Village.
Oh, boy.
And she says She's like, I don't know where you get this collecting thing from.
Mom. Shall we take a walk over to the Mickey Mouse room?
This is just part of there is another Mickey Mouse wall, okay? My dad always says he would be jealous if Mickey were a man, but he's not. He's a mouse.
Wow.
So
She
but
really
here's a close up of the little Mickey Mouse village. This is a relatively new village for her, so there's not a ton of them, and she doesn't have much more room on the. This is part of the counter in their kitchen, so this is workspace. It can't take up too much more room. But then the original collection, as I mentioned, on the top of the piano.
Oh,
this is
it looks great.
This is the village.
Oh, I love it.
And the church in the center is painted to look like the church I grew up going to. My mom painted that. It was one of those, take home and pay yourself kind of things back in the day. And then the rest we've added to throughout the years.
Thank you.
And I've had to glue pieces back together because of accidents.
Yeah.
But it's just the top of the piano, and then there's a little shelf along the back to allow for, height variation. So that's
so charming. I think a piano is the perfect place for a Christmas village now. That's just
well, yeah, because it's not a space that you think about too much. I mean, the rest of the year there's lots of family pictures up there, but Christmas time, it's the village spot. Okay. Oh,
I added just because I love pewter so much. And I know all of you know this already, but I decided I still wanted to celebrate pewter collections. And I found some beautiful pictures of one in this amazing hutch.
I love that hutch, that cabinet.
Love the hutch. And then those little dishes, those are called porringers, hanging. I thought they're just displayed for porridge. They were for holding the porridge. I love them. They're so this hutch is just doing it right for a pewter collection. And then if you're like me, where you just you don't have like a whole bunch of like a whole serving set, but you have a lot of little pitchers and creamers and ewers and things like that.
Make an arrangement.
Make a holiday arrangement. So pretty. Love, love, love.
Hey, Maria. Anybody? Kathy's here too. Anybody I missed on your way in? Hello, hello.
Hello. Yes. Yes. I was waving to Kathy. And I can't which Kathy's birthday is it? I saw on some of the things.
Today is Picasso's birthday.
Is it Picasso's birthday? Or yes. I didn't know if it was her or Kitchen Cat. I'm like, whose birthday is it? So happy birthday, Kathy. Nah, I definitely am glad
She got herself a present on a sale yesterday, I think, and that's where I saw it. It's like, ooh.
Okay.
Oh, it was a hand. It was a cool hand jewelry holder.
Awesome.
Thing's girlfriend. Yeah.
Awesome.
Hey, Chippy Winks Vintage.
Christy! Hi!
So, after collections, we have Media Best. So, I know we've done Chateau Diaries before, but it's a special time of year. And if you are not a Chateau Diaries watcher, this is the perfect time to watch because she puts out a video every day from December 1st until Christmas. And she has a playlist of all the old ones too, which is really what sucked me into Chateau Diaries because it was the first Christmas of the pandemic and we weren't doing our normal Christmas stuff. And so I was still living with my parents and we would sit down every day. We would watch the Christmas Diaries. Yes. And it was just so much fun to watch, the similarities between, people's how they celebrate, how they decorate, and getting ideas too. So,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
I'm pretty sure I need to make a Bauer Advent.
Bauer Advent. That yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I loved. I mean, during the shutdown, I definitely watched during that Christmas season time as well. And I would say, there's just something magical about having so many people together, in such a
Right.
beautiful place.
Well, it was like you were part of,
Yeah,
a gathering when we
right,
were all not gathering. So it
right,
was good.
exactly.
So
Have you noticed? I just want to ask you, Angela, have you noticed that they've changed their thumbnails where now they don't say a chateau anymore? They say a French castle instead, and they're doing it on all of their thumbnails. And I'm wondering if it's because they're trying to get more American viewers.
I don't know.
I thought that was
Possible.
interesting. They're not saying chateau anymore. They always say now French castle.
It may be something with the algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't pay attention. I don't pay that much attention. I just watch my shows, keep on going. But your media must.
Yes. So my media must is
I've
another.
never heard of this.
It's another YouTube channel. It's called Antiques Road Trip, and it is a British show. And it is it's very much feels like something older that you would see on PBS or something. It is usually two people are kind of competing against each other, and they get paired up with an antique. I don't know if you'd call them an aficionado, but definitely someone who's been around antiques, knows a lot about antiques, is very passionate. And so they get paired up and they give them these antique cars. So every episode, they'll start each pair in an antique car, and then they drive around to several different cities in England to visit different shops. They have a budget, they buy some things, and then they take it to auction, and they see who wins. Although the last episode I was watching, I think they both were in the hole. But basically they're competing to see who can
Who
like
picks the best
flip,
piece?
flip the best. Exactly.
Oh,
But
this
it's
sounds
fun.
like my new playlist for crafting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun little show, especially because they're going around in England, and who doesn't like to take a peek in all of the English antique shops, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sometimes I feel like the people they're paired with, I almost am wondering, are you seriously telling this person to spend $120 on that? Like, sometimes I wonder if they're like are specifically trying to make them bomb. I'm like,
I mean,
you
it's a
serious?
strategy.
Yeah,
It's a strategy.
I don't know if it's just to make the show more interesting and different, but
All right, you'll have to add the next segment.
Yeah. So yeah, give it a try if you're in the mood to watch some antiquing.
All right, put up part 2, ma'am.
Mm.
Because I did a second media bus since I was repeating. So I'm a sucker for cheesy holiday films. And
Brooke Shields?
I watched this last year. I'm going to watch it again this year. Carrie Ellis, Wesley, Dread Pirate Roberts, people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that came out last year. I watched it last year while I was unpacking my craft room. It was very cold up there. And I will definitely watch it again. But this one on the left, the Noel Diary, is new this year. And I watched it while crafting the other night. And it made me a little teary. It was cute. But then I wondered, also wondering at the it was good, like a Hallmark movie, yeah. Not as cheesy though as a Hallmark movie, the Noel Diary. It was a little more serious. But
Joyce
Hallmark is putting out a Hanukkah movie this year. About it involves delis. That's all I know. but I read the little excerpt and I want to watch it. So I don't know if it will be streaming, but I will report back if I watch it. It might be my next video, but I don't care. If it's sappy and romantic and takes me somewhere, I will watch it. I will. So tell me your favorite cheesy holiday movie that I need to watch, because I'm going to have lots of chilly evenings curled up on the couch. What was on the Hallmark Mystery Channel? Was the Jewish one? Was the Hanukkah one was on the Hallmark Mystery Channel?
Wow.
I don't know. It involved letter writing, which I absolutely love. Oh, no, I will hold on to this. Okay. There's a Hallmark movie that I have to talk about. That has been my favorite. I still have it on VHS. But I'm going to save it for next week. No, I'm not. No, it'll be next week's Media Must.
Okay. All right. So
it also involves antiques. It actually fits. So,
so for someone who does not have cable, such as myself,
these are both on Netflix.
On Netflix? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
These are both on Netflix. And do not watch Holiday, however, because it was terrible.
Okay.
It was about people who just like have a date for holidays. You know, because of the whole cuffing season situation. And yeah, it was ridiculous in a bad way. I watched the whole thing, but I will never watch it again. Both of these I would watch again.
Yeah.
Oh, It's a Wonderful Life. Yeah, that will do it.
I always watched A Miracle on 34th Street. I never watched It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh.
I was
I don't know if I've seen
little
all
Natalie Wood is so cute.
I don't know if I've seen all of Miracle on 34th Street. I feel like that's one of those ones that they would put on around, holiday break, and we would watch half of it. It's the same thing with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I have seen the beginning of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I don't know how many times. Never the end.
Okay. Yeah, I can see how that would happen.
It happens. Oh, I do love Rudolph.
I don't even remember. I know I must have seen it at least once, but I don't think I watched that regularly.
Okay.
Okay.
It is time.
It is time. So,
sorry, we talked long today.
We did. That's okay. This isn't going to be super long. Here's the thing: is I was trying to decide what to do, and at first, I kind of was thinking of like Dresden ornaments. Like you just did ornaments, so I'm just like, I don't want to do that. So I'm like, what can I do? So I was thinking of like Rushton Santas. So that's why I chose the Rushton Company. If you're like wondering, like this is out of left field.
It's tangentially connected.
Yeah. So, excuse me. So the Rushton Toy Company, it started as the Mawafil Toy Company, founded by Mary Waterman Phillips. This is a company that was started by a woman, which I think is pretty great. And Mary graduated high school in 1916. And after completing her studies in art, she soon entered into the doll business. Excuse me. So that's how she started. She started with dolls. And the dolls were called Mawafil cloth dolls. And they were super, super popular. They were the largest soft doll and toy manufacturers in the United States, having over 200 operators. So she had a pretty, successful little toy company. And Mawafil came from her name, which was Mary Waterman Phillips. So that's how that came about. But she changed the name when she got, when she got married. And I think I read that, she was basically tired of explaining what's Mawafil. So when she got married, she went ahead and changed it. But I love this ad of the dolls, just so freaking cute. But they were considered stockinette dolls, and a stockinette doll was something that people would make out of stockings, starting, uh, and they were really popular, teens, 20s, but hers were super popular, and they were retailing for only like 50 cents to $1. So they were, I think, a part of the reason that her company did so well is this was at a time when importing of toys had ceased because of the war.
Mhm.
So it was a time where a need for toys had come up, and she kind of saw that, took that as an opportunity, and ran with it. And so that's how
Mhm.
basically her company started. So she marries William White Rushton and changes the company name. Eventually, they have a daughter, White, and White and Mary are the two who designed all of the Rushton products. Like, this was definitely a like home based, like this was her baby. Her and her daughter designed everything. And by the 1950s is when a lot of the toys that people start collecting start coming around. And their two major lines were of the plush toys were At Play and Star Creation. So, I mean, if you're a collector, I'm sure that probably means something to you on the tags. And you can see a really cool picture of Mary with one of the clay sculptures. So, obviously they would have to design them in clay and then have a mold made and then have them produced in the vinyl rubber to have, put into the stuffed plush. And this is a really cute poodle. So, they did start with just regular plush. And even before the rubber faces started, the plush were extremely popular. Wow. Welcome.
He wasn't having it. Sorry.
Yeah, yes, that was hers. So, where was I? Oh, just basically they really were popular even before the rubber face ones. They were known for quality. She used really good plush. The sewing was done really well. They were constructed nice. They had trademark satin bows, and just very popular. And then, the rubber faces came along, I think somewhere in the 50s. And those are the ones that, of course, everybody knows are huge, huge collectibles that people will pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars for,
Daisy Bale.
depending on condition and etc. So the rubber faced plush dolls, once they started producing them, they pretty much produced them all the way until the company closed in the early 80s. But they're part of the reason they're so popular is they were designed specifically to be unusual. Like, they wanted their characters, their animals, to be unusual and unique, and they wanted to have the paint be really like soft and the expressions be extremely unique and expressive. So that's part of why they were so popular. Is she had an art background, so she designed these faces really, really well. There were definitely other rubber faced animals out there, but Rushton is known for their exceptional paintwork, very like soft airbrushing details, and extremely expressive faces. And I just grabbed a ton of pictures, like just tons. I thought, here are some great
Oh
examples
my
of
gosh, I need that octopus.
the octopus. I really loved the fish. I thought that fish was
Octopus.
stinking adorable.
I like the whale too.
The whale, I know I've never seen the whale. I mean, I'm not a Rushton collector, so it was interesting to see. I had no idea.
Yeah,
I
that's
had
funny.
no idea quite how many animals they made. They made a lot, a lot. And some of these examples are really beautiful because they're still very clean. Where the paint looks beautiful still, and the plush looks beautiful. And I was trying to find out if there was any history on when like rubber faced plush like specifically started. Like, was it Rushton who started it? Was it, overseas? Like, where did it start? And I couldn't find any information on it. But I had a hypothesis that maybe the whole reason that the kind of rubber faced plushes started is I was thinking maybe it had something to do with the fact that cartoons, like televisions it started to be in every home by the 50s, and there were a lot of cartoons. And so the vinyl face allowed them to have like a really cartoony, expressive faces, like instead of like that poodle where, it was basically like the little tongues would stick out and they'd have the cute little things. But this is
there's no way to get this kind of expression on a plush.
Yeah. Right. So I was thinking maybe it had something to do with like cartoons, but I don't know for sure. And then this was just a great, an ad. I don't know if people collect Rushton ads, but I do think they're awfully cute. I mean, if you were a Rushton collector, wouldn't you want a bunch of ads of the toys?
I want that tiny mod dining set is what I want.
Yeah, that's really cute. Like it's like a child size, what is it? That crackle ice laminate table. Yeah.
I don't know. It could be the boomerang one. Who knows?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. But
you're right. That's flirty bunny.
Yeah. Some of them were sad. Some of them were flirty. So and look at
oh my gosh, the fox.
Faces. I know the fox. Look at that face. Very, very expressive.
That duck, though, she looks like she has a secret.
I think the duck is so cute.
The duck is super cute. I really like the fox, too, though.
Yeah. They all are.
Does that bunny at the bottom have a monocle?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah, and they, I do have a lot of animals.
The animals don't bother me, but those babies at the bottom left, they creep me out.
Yeah, yeah, they had like a whole line of like nursery rhyme characters. I think that's supposed to be Jack and Jill down there.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. And then here are a few examples of some of the boxes. The owl's pretty darn cute. But in the 50s, they had more of a cardboard box, kind of like a shoe box where it was on the top.
Basically, Harry, yes. Yes, these are the Rolls Royce of plush.
Yeah, basically.
Right?
Hi, Colleen. So, and then as you're moving more toward the 70s, they had more where you could see the animal inside of the box, as opposed to more of like a shoebox style. But I don't know. I had never seen boxes before I started like looking at.
They made an owl.
Yeah. So
and the Coca-Cola sales.
So yeah. So we're just gonna end. The company closed right around the time of her death, which was early 80s. I think it was around 84. 80, 83, 84, right around there. But other than the really cute animals, they are also famous for these Rushton Santas, and a lot of people collect them. And so I just put the basic information as they started in 1957. And I guess the Coca-Cola company had Rushton make them, and they gave the dolls to their bottlers. But eventually I think they, went
then you could like send in so many Coke things and you got one for like it was like $1 or something.
Yeah. And as far as like the information, they said that they had the red suit, white pom-pom on the hat, red in the cheeks, like, very Rushton style. But they said in the hand is a tiny Coke bottle. And I've heard that, I know that, but the hand is more like a plastic hand. And then I found like these are considered Rushton Santas, and they're more like a little mitten. So I'm not sure when
So
that changed.
the Coke Santa specifically was meant to hold a Coke because that
Yeah.
was his thing. But there are Rushton Santas and there are pink ones.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the age, something about the age has to do with the hands as well. And then some
Like
of them have
maybe
black boots and some have white boots.
white boots. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So at first I was a little thrown because I don't know a lot about these. I don't collect these or anything. But I was like, okay, so even though the information says classically it's holding the Coke bottle, there are also Rushton Santas that don't have a Coke bottle.
Well, we have an expert in the chat.
Hey, Miss Barbara. Well,
do you know when it was
yeah, let's ask
a vinyl hand versus a mitten hand? That reindeer is scary. Can we just...
The reindeer is scary.
Because it looks like someone stole a sheep's face and stuck a deer head on it.
It kind of does. Like it's, yeah, I see that. But I thought it was cute. I threw it in there.
Maybe,
but yes,
maybe it's a sheep wearing a mask.
Yeah. So just as for input from the collector, Barb, do you have information as to, did they start with the plastic hand and then later have the mitten?
See, I wonder. I have a feeling that Rushton made Santas before.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. So you think that maybe they had
my theory.
The mitten hand and then the Coca-Cola thing was just like a specific to Coca-Cola.
So, she thinks the vinyl hands came first.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't find a lot like on specific details. So, and it's even on Mary Rushton, there, it's very limited. Like they give you this concise, kind of history, and that's pretty much it. Yeah. I wish there were more pictures of her. I mean, I know in the 50s she did a lot of. They also had some tie-ins with shows. So like she did the Howdy Doody Pals, which was the famous chimp. Like she did a chimp toy, and I think a donkey. Those were characters from Howdy Doody. So she had some like lucrative tie-ins and things. She was, it was a successful little toy company.
So she thinks the Coca-Cola Santa came first.
Coca-Cola was first.
Which really, I read an article.
It is hard.
I read an article somewhere sometime that said Santa was not something you really saw in advertising, etc., until this Coca-Cola Rushton promotion, and then everybody loved it, and then it just exploded.
Yes.
When was Miracle on 34th Street?
30s, I'm guessing. 30s, probably. Mid 30s. 47?
Mm-hmm.
No.
1947?
But it had little Natalie Wood.
Yeah, well, she wasn't very old when she passed.
Yes, good point. Good point. I saw in a chat one time someone was supposedly doing a Russian reference book. Oh, that would be very interesting because, yeah, it's when you're looking at information, some people will say certain things are, well, they said this, but we don't know for sure. Like
she was born in 1943, so she was only 4.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a good movie. I recommend it to all.
Hey, Val. All right. Well, is this your last line?
That was my last one. I'm sorry, Barb. I didn't do a whole lot of Sandus. But
Well, I do have something else to show later, but do you have a favorite thing you want to do today?
do I have a favorite thing? I don't think I have a favorite thing.
I do.
I don't have a favorite thing.
I do.
Okay, share your favorite thing. I could see. I'm trying to decide because I bought something from Catherine Young, and I was considering showing it to y'all, but then I thought, well, I might need it for content because I don't have a video this week yet.
You can still. Well,
Yeah.
this was. Do you want to make me bake?
Oh yes, I do. I will be doing this. Here we go. All right.
Do you want to remove the chat?
Oh yes. Is this an album?
This is a junk journal. A fancy lady junk journal made for me by one dear Joyce.
Wow!
And Joyce, I just noticed earlier, this little piece of frog fabric is fabric she got for me.
Oh, wow!
Look at the fabric and the
oh my goodness! I gotta brighten my screen.
And it is full of fancy ladies. And
wow! Can we get a peek? Can we get a peek in there?
Oh yeah. I mean, I opened it on Instagram Live the other day, but
oh wow! Oh my gosh!
Look at this gentleman.
There's a lot of stuff in there.
She has notes all throughout.
Wow.
Wait, where's one of them? Oh, I knew you'd like this one.
Oh, yeah, I do. Yes, please.
And then there's a few here where she's got like a veil on the lady.
Oh, look at that. Oh, Joyce, it's beautiful.
It's so pretty. And there's so many little nods to things that I absolutely adore. Like Beautiful Annabelle Lee, which
is that a music sheet?
Favorite. It's a music sheet.
Okay, yeah.
But Annabelle Lee is one of my favorite Poe poems. And let's see.
Joyce is making me one.
Just you wait. I'm trying to find it's somewhere towards the end, but I might have like teared up when I got to it.
I'm excited.
Wait, look, it's an antique page with a cat on it.
Oh my gosh. Where does she find this stuff?
Well, she has a lot of ephemera that she like copies. And oh, here's a bookmark.
I agree, Colleen.
Here's the fancy lady. I didn't make this, Susan. Joyce made this. Joyce made this perfectly for me. Okay, wait. Okay, let me find it. There's a book page. Oh, look at this.
Oh my gosh. So cute.
There's a book page in French. Oh, look, there's a little fan.
Oh, wow.
I'm getting there. Because I know it's towards the back. Oh, I know you'd like this lady too.
Oh, yes, I do. I love it.
So pretty.
It is.
I found it. I'm pretty sure I found it. So, it's a play that's in French, but look at the title.
I see Le Petit. Oh, dragon! The little dragon!
dragon.
I have a little book of the little dragon.
I didn't know that was a thing. I need it. So yeah, no, like
Excellent job.
you can watch me freak out over it more on Instagram because
oh yeah, Maria's here. Maria, I saw you coming earlier. I forgot to say hello. So,
Maria.
how are you?
So now I have to figure out what to write in it. Oh, look at this lady with her tiny parasol. Look at.
Great images. Really awesome.
This is my newest favorite thing.
Oh my gosh.
Plus, she's some other goodies.
Do you want me to open my box from Catherine Young? Do you want to see what I ordered from, or what I bought from her? Do it. Okay. Big box.
Since we started earlier, I don't have to immediately go to bed, so you know.
Yeah, it's okay if we're running a little over time, right?
You need to make yourself bigger.
I need to make myself bigger. Okay. Let me get these scissors out of the way.
Is it chenille, Joyce?
Okay.
Is it a chenille bedspread? Because it feels like chenille.
So she got me postcard. Beautiful. And
saucy.
It's a custom postcard with a note. Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Okay, I bought that as a sticker when I first found out about her.
Yeah.
I've got a piece of Joyce now. I'm so happy.
Okay.
And Joyce has my frog Goldblum.
Styrofoam. I'm trying to go into the styrofoam.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you order glass? Was it from her glass sale?
Glass. I know.
You're not a glass fan.
What?
You said you're not normally a glass fan.
I know, but when you see, you'll know. When you see it. Oh. So it's made by Portu Valerstal, which is a French and German company. And so it's one of their satin clear. So it kind of has, to me, like, it reminds me like a little bit of Lalique, only not a Lalique price. But
low Lalique.
Yeah. So pretty.
That would look really pretty in my Baroque scene.
Yeah, so I loved it.
I think you need to do like sparkly, crystally whites for the holidays. Because that would look so pretty with it.
So pretty.
And silver and gold.
Oh, yeah, my tree's all silver and gold.
Silver and gold.
Yeah. All right. So my new favorite thing.
We do have a quote to end with.
Quote. Okay. So
because I was feeling chilly and cozy. So winter is the time for comfort, for good food and warmth, for the touch of a friendly hand, and for a talk beside the fire. It is the time for home.
Oh.
That's Edith Sitwell. She was a poet, British poet.
Oh.
But this picture was just like, oh, cozy, comfy.
Yes.
I just want to. My friend gave me this heavy, cozy blanket, and I just want to like wrap myself in it, lay on the couch, and go nowhere for the next 2 months. That's what I want. Will it happen? No, but you know, we can dream. I am, though, taking a whole week off before Christmas. I'm very excited. Since my birthday, it's been too long.
Yeah, it's definitely getting closer to the cozy. It hasn't been super cold. It was cold for like a few days.
It's in the 20s almost every night here.
Yeah,
for the
it's
past 2
warmed up a
days.
little bit, so
Today was slightly warmer, but and my heater started making noises,
uh-oh.
like
Bad noises?
scary noises. Yes. So I have somebody coming to look at it on Thursday. Hopefully it doesn't explode before then.
Yeah. Yeah. That's be easy on the heater. Be easy on it.
I can't turn it off. It's too cold. It's just very loud.
Yeah.
But luckily it's in the basement, so even if it's loud, it's not too loud. So if it explodes, I'll be fine. But I'm on the other side of the house. Joyce is like, don't go in the basement.
If it explodes, I should be okay.
Should be fine. I'll be fine.
Oh. Well, this
All right. Well,
was
thanks
fun.
so much. This is
We shared a lot in this show.
we did, and I thought I didn't have enough, but
We shared lots of photos
I was
today.
feeling talky. Well,
Yeah.
it helps when you go somewhere that sparks you and makes it easy. And they were my pictures, so it was easy to stick together. But thanks so much to everybody for coming. And
yes, oh, it was fun. Good night. Thanks everybody for being here. We love you all.
Next week we'll be on my channel.
Yes.
So come hang out next Monday at 7, and we will see you
then. Yeah. So good night, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Appreciate you.